Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH Rebirth of Emperor Yang episode number 258 based on novel. So let's start. Hearing Xiao Yang's words, Luo Jinfei didn't believe it, but was stunned. In his eyes, he couldn't help showing a suspicious look. Based on his understanding of Xiao Yang, the latter is not the kind of person who can easily say such words because of the strength of the other party, but these two words spit out by Xiao Yang at the moment really make him can't believe it. Even if it's a joke, it's impossible to say so. I said, even if this guy is the strongman of Yuan Wang, I don't believe you can call a stranger like this just because of your arrogance. Do you want to be virtuous? Pooh. As soon as Luo Jin said this, Xiao Yang was stunned. The white birch on one side couldn't help laughing. As for the little medical fairy, although he wasn't sure easily, he already had eyebrows in his heart. Ju Tai and others were also full of curiosity and doubt at this time. Everyone knew Xiao Yang's personality, but they were not sure what Xiao Yang said at this time. Rice can be eaten indiscriminately. How can our ancestors recognize it indiscriminately? Xiao Yang, is he that? Then, when Bai Hua noticed Xiao Yang's serious eyes, she quickly returned to normal, and immediately asked in a slightly surprised tone. Later, the little doctor also opened a pair of water-lingling eyes, staring at Xiao Yang, with a curious look on his face. Yes, it was him. Yes, I succeeded. Hearing the meaning of Birch's words, Xiao Yang chuckled without any concealment. All the people present are their own. There is nothing to hide. In addition to some secrets related to themselves, it doesn't hurt. Hiss. Hearing Xiao Yang's personal confirmation, Bai Hua and Xiao Yixin couldn't help taking a breath. They really didn't expect that Xiao Yang had really succeeded. Now this character appeared in front of them again, but the top strong man who once affected the whole fighting continent, unexpectedly, was really resurrected. But even so, Luo Jin's face was still at a loss. Although he didn't understand who the later soul body was, he seemed to be a very great role only from the look on the faces of White Birch and Little Medical Fairy. He is indeed my ancestor. His name is Xiao Xian. He is the most admired person in my life so far. Seeing the still confused look on Luo Jin's face, Xiao Yang smiled and said something calmly and definitely, without too much explanation, but also made several people immediately understand the authenticity of Xiao Yang's words. Hiss. If so. Luo Jin's eyes flashed slightly, and he seemed to think of something in his heart. As early as the beginning, Luo Ao told him that there was another soul in Xiao Yang's body. Now it seems that it was Xiao Xian in front of him. So, is Xiao Xian also from the fighting mainland? When several people here were talking about Xiao Xian, the battle between Xiao Xian and the mysterious man became more and more intense in the battle circle at this time. Boulevard congeals. Demon rob armor. With a low drink, the power of the purple and black strange road quickly condensed on the body surface of the black-robed man, but in the twinkling of an eye, a strange and ugly armor covered with sharp thorns covered the whole body of the black-robed man. However, he is the source gas of poison attribute, and the power of the road is also dominated by poison. Even if he meets an opponent of the same level, with his poison strength, the other party does not dare to underestimate him at all. When fighting with people in ordinary times, only the opponent is careful. There is no reason for him to defend. But now, in the face of Xiao Xian's fierce and domineering attack, his poison did not work at all. Whether it was poison fog or poison condensation as a weapon, it was in vain under the latter's attack. As long as the poisonous fog filled the air, it would be blown away by the hurricane around Xiao Xian's body, and he couldn't get close at all. As for weapons, Xiao Xian's fierce sword seemed to be able to cut everything in the world. As long as his two fingers crossed, any attack would be cut off instantly. This guy was a monster without flaws. Damn it. I don't believe it. Since the poison can't touch you, I'll come myself. Up to now, even with the stability of the black-robed man's mind, he can't calm down anymore. He really hasn't seen such an evil man. Today, no matter what, he must break his attack. Dang dang. A fierce collision sound sounded, and Xiao Xian's two fingers danced rapidly. Countless fierce sword chi constantly collided with the man in black robe. The fire burst out, and bursts of energy after waves swept away, but he was unable to break the guy's armor, which made Xiao Xian frown. Seeing that Xiao Xian couldn't break the armor he was wearing, the black-robed man's face under the armor finally showed a ferocious smile. Regardless of the sword chi that collided with his armor, he collided with Xiao Xian in front of him. Although Xiao Xian's fighting power is really terrible, the man in black also firmly believes that as long as his poison can hurt him, he will have a chance to defeat his opponent in front of him. At such a close distance, since Xiao Xian didn't break his armor, he will be hurt by him, so next, it's his turn. Die. Dang. The man in black robe was dressed in armor and covered with sharp thorns. In the blink of an eye, he appeared in front of Xiao Xian and tried his best to hit, but the result was that when those sharp thorns were a few inches close to Xiao Xian's body, there was a burst of golden light shining on the latter's body surface, but in the blink of an eye, they had covered Xiao Xian's whole body. This is. Seeing those mysterious golden runes attached to Xiao Xian's body surface, the black-robed man's face changed again. He never thought that Xiao Xian in front of him had mastered this means. Prisoner Sky Array, Enlightenment. Xiao Xian didn't care about the expression on the black-robed man's face at this time. He let out a low drink. There was a golden light shining on the soles of the black-robed man's feet in front of him. The light wrapped the latter in the blink of an eye, so that the latter couldn't leave the space where he was at this time. At the same time, Xiao Xian raised 2 fingers. In heaven and earth, the hurricane suddenly turned and the source gas condensed. It condenses rapidly at its fingertips and turns into a star point. Qingmu sword formula, 1 hit from the sky. Cut. When the sword formula comes out, the refined orn will be swept and the armor will be solved. The whole battle lasted less than half an hour, but the black-robed man was defeated to the ground. Now, you can say, who are you? The armor was broken, and the robes worn by the black-robed man were chopped to pieces, revealing his thin body. A face was also extremely thin, but the difference was that there was a huge scorpion tattooed on the left chest of the black-robed man. From this point alone, the party can roughly confirm the identity of this guy. You're from the Scorpion Gate. Xiao Yang. Several people came near and felt a little surprised at this guy's identity. However, on second thought, they were relieved that they had destroyed their plan. It was normal for them to kill themselves, but unfortunately, they failed. Aspic, I have been ordered by the Door Lord to kill you. Sect leader. Sect leader of one Scorpion sect. Hearing that the cobra in front of him said this, Xiao Yang immediately raised his eyebrows and immediately thought of Maro Zun, who left the Fang family not long ago. Is it because of Maro Zun? If Maro Zun reported the news about him, then one Scorpion will send someone to kill him, which is reasonable, but no, the Fang family is in the sphere of influence of the Burning Valley. There is a long distance between the 3 sects. Even if he is a strong man in the later stage of returning to the source territory, he can never get back to the One Scorpion Gate in a few days, let alone this guy has caught up here. Luo Jin shook his head and directly denied Xiao Yang's guess. At the same time, Xiao Yang also frowned and nodded. He also thought of this, but in this case, what reason did the cobra in front of him want to kill him? You know, Xiao Yang and his party have never met the people of One Scorpion Gate all the way. It is impossible to have any conflict with them, and the other party has no reason to kill themselves. But now, One Scorpion Gate not only wants to kill Xiao Yang, but also specially sent a strong person from the great territory of Yuan Wang, which is unimaginable. Why did your lord kill me? Xiao Yang frowned. He didn't believe that there was a disaster from heaven in the world. There was no reason. Even if he was one of the 3 sects in the southern region, he couldn't shoot a stranger at random. Even for the strange fire in his hand, he should give a reason. I don't know. I'm only responsible for killing you without asking why. At this time, the cobra has been under the control of Xiao Xian. Naturally, it can't be broken in a short time, but this guy's mood soon calmed down. It seems that he knows the terrible of Xiao Xian in front of him. Even if he struggles again, it's just futile. Instead of wasting his energy, he might as well relax and recover for a while. Although he is also a strong man in Yuan Wang's territory, it is not so easy for Xiao Xian to kill him. If he really works hard, Xiao Xian can't control him so easily. After asking for a long time, Xiao Yang repeatedly failed to ask for a really useful word. In the end, he sighed helplessly. Judging from the current situation, ASPS really don't know anything about the reason. As for the news of one Scorpion Gate, regardless of how Xiao Shen put pressure, the other party is also determined to bite the teeth. Even what he said is the information they already know, it doesn't matter. Damn it, what should I do now? This guy refused to speak. It's really not good. Just kill him. Even if a strong person at the Source King level can't ask any news about the 10,000 Scorpion Gate, killing him must be a great loss for the 10,000 Scorpion Gate. For a powerful sect, the more powerful the sect members are, the more important and precious they are. Even if one of them is lost, the strength of the whole sect will be greatly reduced. If the ASPS die, the overall strength of the one Scorpion sect will be reduced by one class, which is not a bad thing for Xiao Yang. However, hearing Xiao Yang's words, Xiao Xian shook his head helplessly, and his palm relaxed slowly. When the Cobra Verton trapped by the prison array got out of trouble, the source gas in his body also circulated rapidly again. Ancestor, are you? Seeing that Xiao Xian had loosened the array of asps, Xiao Yang's face immediately changed, his steps involuntarily retreated, and the source gas in his body immediately gushed out of his body surface, and his eyes cautiously stared at ASPS. Let him go. Xiao Xian on one side didn't mean to stop him. He gently pressed his palm on Xiao Yang's shoulder and nodded towards the latter. When Xiao Yang noticed Xiao Xian's eyes, although he was unwilling, he still took back the source gas released from his body. Since practice Xiao Xian said so, he wanted to kill Cobra, it was even more impossible. What's your name? Aspic ignored Xiao Yang, but turned his eyes directly to Xiao Xian. Among these people, only Xiao Xian could make him pay attention to it. Xiao Xian. The latter heard the speech and smiled. The clouds were light and the wind was light. The calm on his face added a bit of the posture of the strong. Such a person is bound to become a real strong man, a powerful man. I remember, today's war is not over. I think so. Why don't you master the power of the road? This is what makes Cobra Buddha particularly confused. Xiao Xian is obviously beyond the reach of ordinary people. He is so talented that he should not have failed to master the power of the road, but in the previous battle, the other party didn't even have the shadow of the power of the road. In this regard, Xiao Xian smiled non-committally and didn't say much. Seeing that Xiao Xian didn't want to say more, Cobra Fu nodded, and then his eyes fell on Xiao Yang. The meaning in his eyes was immediately understood. Xiao Yang. Learning Xiao Xian's tone, he replied to each other. Cobra was stunned. His eyes swept between the two people in front of him. It seemed that he had found something. He whispered their names twice. Even if he turned around, he flew away quickly towards the southern sky. It was not until the figure of Cobra Buddha disappeared in the sight that the last trace of worry in the hearts of the party dispersed. Then, the eyes of the important task involuntarily gathered on Xiao Xian. They haven't seen the strong ones in Yuan Wang's great territory, but they have seen such a powerful soul for the first time. The most important thing is that this person is still related to Xiao Yang. Hey, the little guy is good. He hasn't seen him for a while, but his accomplishments haven't fallen at all. Although this speed is not fast, it's also solid. It must be good for you in the future. Taking back his eyes, Xiao Xian looked at Xiao Yang up and down again. After noticing the latter's current cultivation, he was not only surprised. Hearing the speech, Xiao Yang smiled, then seemed to think of something, and hurriedly said, "The soul power of our ancestors has been completely restored now. Ha ha, not only recovered, but also stronger than before. Now, if I use their words, my cultivation is probably equivalent to the 5-star Source King." As soon as they got here, Xiao Yang and others were shocked. The 5-star Source King was much better than Fang Kai, the master of the Fang family. In this way, their team could walk in the southern region without fear. Seeing this, Xiao Xian smiled cunningly and continued. In addition, my soul power has reached level 7. As soon as these words came out, the expression on the faces of Xiao Yang and others solidified instantly. Even Luo Jin's expression on his face was gradually replaced by deep earthquake shock. The soul power of the 7 realms, plus the array he showed earlier, that is to say, while he is a king of the 5-star source, Xiao Yan is still a 7-level array mage. 7-level array mage, the power of this level array mage, even the strong ones of the source sect dare not underestimate it. So, isn't the team of Xiao Yang and others not even afraid of the strong of Yuanzong? At the thought of this, the hearts of several people present were shocked again, but Xiao Yan seemed to notice the thoughts in the hearts of the people. He immediately smiled, shook his head and sighed. Don't think too simple. The 7th order array mage is not as easy as you think. The more powerful the array is, the more difficult it is to gather. Especially when the level reaches the 7th level, almost all the needed arrays have to rely on the array disk to exert their strength. Otherwise, no one can stand the long time, not to mention the effort required by the cohesion array. The reason why Xiao Shenzyan was able to condense the prison array in the blink of an eye was not only because of his huge soul power, but also because he had already gathered the array in the dark at the beginning of the battle. The so-called was the moment when the battle ended at the end. Although he inherited the inheritance of the Great Master Qianjue, the original Great Master Qianjue was no more than a 6th order array mage, and his understanding and mastery of the array were extremely limited. Now, all the means and skills about the array that Xiao Shen knew were far from enough for him to use, and even his knowledge of the 6th order array was extremely limited. Moreover, his cultivation accomplishments are not proportional to his array mage level. A strong array also needs a strong cultivation force to support it. Taking Xiao Shen's current strength as an example, although it is also a strong force to put it in the extreme south, it is too far-fetched to support the exertion and cohesion of high-level arrays. The 5-star Source King has reached the limit when he can condense a variety of 6th order arrays. If he condenses a 7th order array, the success rate may not exceed 50%. Most importantly, in today's Xiao Shen's hands, there is no scroll about 7th order array, so it is impossible to learn. Oh! Doesn't Elder Xiao Shen have a scroll of high-level array in his hand? Hearing Xiao Shen's words, Luo Jin on one side suddenly brightened up. He couldn't help but take out 3 scrolls sealed by jade from his ring, and then handed them to Xiao Shen. These 3 volumes were given to me by my father. He had hoped that I could untie the jade seal on them as soon as possible to understand the mystery. However, it's useless for me to stay with you. Since the elder needs them, I'll give them to you. Looking at the 3 scrolls in front of him, Xiao Shen didn't take them right away. He knew that since these people could follow Xiao Yang and help him when he was in danger, even regardless of their own safety, they must be the people Xiao Yang could trust. But because of this, they must not easily accept each other's gifts, which may be good for him, but for Xiao Yang, but not necessarily. Moreover, Luo Jin specially said the importance of these 3 scrolls. If he accepted them, I'm afraid. Ancestors don't have to worry about it. Just take it. Yes, sir, these things are exactly what you need now. It's a big deal to give them back to me when you don't need them. Xiao Yang just opened his mouth. Luo Jin then grinned and looked indifferent. To tell the truth, he sent these 3 scrolls unintentionally. It was absolutely false. These 3 scrolls were the 3 scrolls his father chose from the family library. These 3 arrays are very strong in the 7th order array. At the same time, it is particularly difficult to understand them. When Luo Jin's father gave him the Sum Scroll, he also severely warned him that he must not give the array to anyone. This alone is enough to prove the particularity of these 3 volumes of arrays. But now Luo Jin gives it to Xiao Shen. On the one hand, he means to win Xiao Shen's favor, but more importantly, he hopes to deepen his feelings with Xiao Yang, 3 7-order arrays, and a future super strong in the mainland. The pros and cons can be seen at a glance. Luo Jin doesn't think there is any loss in this kind of business. After hearing Xiao Yang's words, Xiao Shen hesitated to put away the scroll in his hand. At the same time, he thanked Luo Jin. After a simple greeting, the party was ready to enter the Kaiyang mountain. Because of the protection of the extremely cold spirit, the people were no longer affected by the burning temperature in the air. The party swept over many ridges at an extremely fast speed and walked towards the very depths of the Kaiyang mountains. According to Fang Jitsong, the ancestral gate of the Burning Valley is built in the deepest part of the Kaiyang mountains, which will surprise all those who see it for the first time. As for the reason, Fang Zhizong didn't say clearly, and Xiao Yang didn't ask much. As the group got closer to the Zongmen of the Burning Valley, they also met many outsiders who also rushed to the Burning Valley. Indeed, as Fang Kai said, the Zongmen Derby of the Burning Valley did attract a large number of strong outsiders. It seems that this Zongmen Derby is still a great event. However, those people at the moment don't look as relaxed and casual as Xiao Yang and others. They have the terrible high temperature on their heads. The closer they are to the depths of the Kaiyang Mountains, the higher the temperature in the air. It's almost like an invisible flame burning. It not only consumes the source gas in their bodies, but also forces their forward speed to slow down. Of course, among those people, there are naturally some people with strong cultivation. Among them, the speed of one team is faster than that of Xiao Yang. When Xiao Yang looks at the breath of their leader, the latter looks away. His fierce and overbearing eyes instantly let Xiao Yang take back his sight, and his heart is even more awe-inspiring. The leader of the team is another strong man in the great territory of Yuan Wang. The southern region is really a land of hidden dragons and crouching tigers. It's a strong man who can't be seen in the western region. In this extreme southern region, I met 3 people one after another in just a few days. I'm afraid the southern region is much more lively than I thought. In his heart, Xiao Yang was surprised by these people's accomplishments. At the same time, a pair of painted black eyes gradually poured into a hot emotion, and the hot blood in his chest was ignited at the moment. If you don't climb high, why do you see mountains beyond the mountains? Not far, why thousands of miles? Walking with the strong can become the strong. The terrain in the extreme south must be dangerous, but at the same time, this is not an excellent place for trial. When Xiao Yang and his party entered the Kaiyang Mountains for an hour, they finally came to the core of the whole mountain range. The headquarters of Burning Valley is located here. When the group saw the scene in front of them, it was as expected by Fang Zhizong. All the people present were shocked and surprised. After all, the scene in front of them at the moment was unbelievable. It was originally a red barren mountain, which seemed to be forcibly blocked by an invisible force. It was the red rockland that suddenly stopped, and a green forest appeared in front of Xiao Yang and others at this time. The mountains stand tall, birds, trees and flowers smell very different from the outside world. Even if it is just a few feet away, it seems like 2 worlds at a glance. It's no wonder Fang Zhizong would say that. No wonder people are surprised at such a scene. I can't imagine that there is a different world among these barren mountains. The Burning Valley fruit is worthy of being the first of the 3 sects in the southern region. Let's go. Let's see the pomp of Burning Valley today. After sighing, they looked at each other, smiled at each other, jumped forward and flew away towards the depths of the mountain forest in front of them. The mountain forest is big or small, and the origin of the Burning Valley is built on the top of the towering mountain in the middle of the mountain forest. Towering mountains towered into the clouds. At first glance, their huge volume looked like a giant beast lying between heaven and earth. The ridge was like a beam, towering, and the peak was like a front. Rows of buildings were built on those platforms between the ridges. Although they looked uneven, they made people feel majestic. Although the group had not yet reached the front, they could see from a distance that on a huge rock protruding from the mountain peak, the pen vigorously wrote Burning Valley. At this time, some figures gradually appeared in front of or around Xiao Yang and others. All these people came from the outside to watch the derby of the Burning Valley sect. As the distance gradually narrowed, more and more people were in sight. Xiao Yang knew how attractive the door ratio was. From the number of visitors they see at the moment alone, there are no less than 1,000 people, and almost half of them have reached the cultivation of Huayuanjing, and even there are no less than 100 strong people at the level of Yuanjing. As for those who are difficult to see through their cultivation, needless to say, they are naturally the strong people in Yuan Wang. It's just a Zongmen big competition. Unexpectedly, so many strong people have gathered. Even so many strong people at the Source King level have come. Aware of those extremely powerful breath, Xiao Yang couldn't help being shocked by the details of the Burning Valley. A Zongmen big ratio can attract so many strong people, not only by the brilliance of the whole competition process, but also by the details of the whole Zongmen. Without strong strength, there would not be so many people coming all the way to see the duel between other disciples. Of course, it does not rule out that some people come to compete for the reward of challenge success, but after all, they are a few. Most people who can come to watch the war are afraid that the reason is just to get closer to the Burning Valley. As the first major gate in the southern region, if we can win over the relationship with them, it will naturally benefit their position in the southern region. A moment later, Xiao Yan and his party came to the foot of the mountain. At this time, there were disciples dressed in the clothes of Fenyang Valley to receive the guests who came to visit the competition. Except for a few people with invitations, the others would be led by the disciples of Fenyang Valley on the way up the mountain. On the one hand, it was to show them the direction, on the other hand, nature is to see some people with evil intentions. Of course, if anyone tries to take action by means of violence on the way, the senior elders of the Burning Valley on the mountain will immediately find out. Therefore, no matter what the people who go up the mountain think about the mountain in front of them, they can only silently follow the disciples leading the way and go directly to the square of the competition application. As long as they get there, they don't need to be supervised by disciples. These people will also be received by the elders of Burning Valley in person. Although this method seems a little rigorous, like treating the guests as prisoners, it can also save Burning Valley a lot of trouble. Moreover, it seems reasonable to abide by the rules of other people's territory. Therefore, even a small number of people with opinions can only swallow it secretly. In addition, every team going up the mountain will receive a jade card given by the disciple of the Burning Valley with a row of words engraved on it. When Xiao Yang finished his hand, he took a look. Gung 24. What is this, please? Seeing the sorting numbers displayed above, Xiao Yang raised his eyebrows and was surprised. Should the guests coming up the mountain count and record them? That's a bit exaggerated. Hearing Xiao Yang's puzzled voice, the handsome Fenyang Valley disciple in front of him smiled politely and said respectfully, "This row of numbers you see is the sequence of your team going up the mountain. For example, there are a total of 1,000 jade medals in your hand. The team holding the jade medals is qualified to challenge the disciples on the competition platform. After winning, you can get the prizes prepared by our elders." Hearing this, Xiao Yang nodded with a clear face. He seemed to understand something in his heart. Because there are too many people who want to challenge in each sect big competition, the elders have no choice but to make this decision. The G brand you hold is within 700, and you can challenge the disciples behind the corresponding 500 of our sect. If you win, you can also challenge the top 500 disciples. But if you lose, all rewards will be cancelled. Hearing these words, Xiao Yang was stunned. It was clear that it was Zhongmen Derby. How could outsiders be involved? Even the challenger had a ranking. This is ridiculous. However, on second thought, Xiao Yang realized that the comparison between sects was limited after all, and most disciples not only had the same strength, but also had the same source chi attribute and limited combat experience. Such a competition could not add too much experience to them. On the contrary, in order to get prizes, most challengers will show their real strength. Whether such a battle is won or lost, it is absolutely beneficial to the disciples of Burning Valley. As for those prizes, they are nothing compared with the future of Burning Valley. On this thought, Xiao Yang was surprised at the means of Burning Yang Valley. He got a great test at the least cost, but it was amazing. He really didn't know which old fox came up with the way. Thinking like this, the party also came to the main square used by Zhongmen Derby. At this time, the square was full of countless surging crowds and irrecoverable bustle. Countless stone chairs stood around the square. As soon as Xiao Yang and his party arrived, the disciples leading the team bowed and left. At the same time, an old man in a red robe on fire also walked towards them. "Ha ha ha, welcome to the Zhongmen Derby in our Burning Valley. I wonder if you can hold a brand jade card in your hand." The old man has not arrived yet, but the laughter like thunder has come, and bursts of buzzing sound echoed around the ears of the group, making people show their teeth for a long time. The old man is not only dressed hot, but also his voice and tone are unusually irritable. After hearing this guy's words, Xiao Yang immediately took out the jade card given to him by the previous disciple from Naji. Gung 24. While talking, The old man's body shape has come to the front, accompanied by a faint invisible momentum. Although the latter has converged more than half, there is still Wei to disclose to the outside. Although the momentum pressure was not very strong, Xiao Yang immediately found that the old man's cultivation was also above the realm of Yuan Wang. Another strongman at the Source King level. Aware of this, Xiao Yang's heart was shocked again. In just a few days, he had seen the strong in the situation of Digital Source King, which was really unimaginable. It's hard to accept the contrast between the strong people who are not born at ordinary times and who have been met by him at one time. The powerful strength and momentum brought Xiao Yang not only the pressure on the surface, but also made his heart feel heavy. Unconsciously, the cultivation of his opponent has reached this level, and with his current strength, facing this level of opponent is undoubtedly a great challenge. Now he also needs more powerful strength as support. With this in mind, Xiao Yang suddenly thought of another strange fire in the southern region. Red Lotus Fire. Yi Honglian. It seems that after this, it's time to go to her. Yi Honglian, the incarnation of Honglian's fire industry, is exactly this name. According to the words of Guyo and Haimo Dust at the beginning, the latter is also in the southern region. Xiao Yang did not notice any information about the latter on the southwest border. Maybe Yi Honglian is in the extreme south. Oh, in that case, please follow me. Seats are ready for you over there. Hearing the old man's words in front of him, Xiao Yang, who was thinking about his next action direction, immediately returned to his mind. He did not dare to neglect, smiled and arched his hand, politely said, and then walked towards the west side of the square under the leadership of the latter. I don't think Xiao Yu is from the far south. While the party was walking, the old man in front of Xiao Yang suddenly turned his head and opened his mouth with a sly look on his face. Smell speech, Xiao Yang is a little different. Why did the old man ask such words? Why did the elder say so? Hey, I think you are young and have good cultivation skills. You have a good cultivation talent. Moreover, judging from the fire emitted from your body, you should also be a cultivator of fire attribute. Xiao Yang nodded again. But what can this prove? Fire attribute and good cultivation qualification. As long as you are from the extreme south, even if you are not under the gate of my burning valley, I generally know you. Even those rising stars in the past 2 years, I mostly know their identity and name, but they don't match you at all, so I think you're not from the extreme south. Hearing the old man's words, Xiao Yang suddenly understood in his heart. At the same time, he was surprised by the wisdom of the old man in front of him. The old man looked careless, but his mind was particularly delicate. I'm afraid if he hadn't known him for a long time, he would be easily confused by his appearance. What the elder said is exactly the same, and the younger generation admires it. Nodded, Xiao Yang's forward steps suddenly stopped and saluted the old man in front of him in public. The latter immediately laughed and attracted the attention of the surrounding crowd. Immediately, the old man came forward, picked up Xiao Yang with one hand and said with a smile, "It's nice, little guy. Are you interested in joining our burning valley? If you're willing to join, I'll agree to accept you as my disciple immediately." Hearing this, Xiao Yang was stunned. When did he say he would worship him as a teacher? Sorry, I already have a teacher. With a smile, Xiao Yang quickly arched his hand. The old man in front of him had to turn his mouth helplessly when he heard this. He was afraid that his abacus had failed. A moment later, when Xiao Yang and his party sat down, the old man opened his mouth with a lazy face. I'm Xian Hua. I'm the reception elder of the Sect Derby. If you have anything to do, you can come to me. With that, the old man turned and left. At this time, Xiao Yang quickly got up, arched his hands and said, "Younger generation, Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang, your name is good." Hearing Xiao Yang's words, the old man stopped, turned his head and smiled at Xiao Yang, even if he left again. After Shenhua left, people kept coming to the square for the next 2 or 3 hours, and then the deacon of Burning Valley led the way and guided them until most of the seats in the whole square were filled with people, and the stone platform in the center of the square slowly cracked in a rumble, leaving a huge square 100 feet long and wide. There are several huge stone pillars around the square, which are engraved with a certain array, which emits a faint golden light. Then, The disciples of Xiaoyang Valley participating in the Zhongmen Da by Enter the Field. After the old-fashioned and generous speeches of a group of elders on the elders' table, the competition in the field officially begins. However, Xiao Yang didn't have much interest in the whole competition process. His sight swept slowly on the elders' seat in the east opposite. The Xianhua he saw earlier was also there. However, it's not clear whether the Valley Master of Burning Valley is here. It is said that the Valley Leader of Burning Valley is a super strong person whose strength reaches the great territory of Yuanzhong. But now, Xiao Yang still can't see through the elders on the table, let alone how to find the Valley Leader of Burning Valley. It seems to be aware of Xiao Yang's deliberate exploration. The eyes of several elders are fixed on Xiao Yang. The latter is surprised and quickly takes back his sight. Don't look for it. The Valley Master of Burning Valley is not there. At this time, Luo Jin on one side shook his head and said faintly, "No, what should I do? Doesn't it mean that only he has geocentric body milk? If he's not here, how can I see him?" Hearing that the leader of the Burning Valley was not here, Xiao Yang was worried. If he couldn't see the leader of the Burning Valley, how would he get the earth-centered body milk? This video will end here.